Hey guys, Joe Holland here. We're going to talk some pattern fishing. I'm up here in New England. Fishing up here is awesome because you get to go through like all the seasons in a really short amount of time. There's hard water ice, 2-3 foot ice on top of these fish heads for about 6 months of the year, and the fish kind of get dormant, and you're looking at like upper 30s, mid 30 water temp, and they don't eat that much, and then they come out of that thaw in the spring, and man, they put the feed bags on. They're pre-spawn. They're feeding like crazy. They'll eat just about anything you can get moving in front of them. They're up on the banks. They're up shallow. All you got to do is put a little bit of sunlight on them, and they start feeding like crazy. And then they go through that spawn, and a lot of times, they'll wait till that water temp hits like mid 50s. Sometimes it'll jump up to 60. Well, this year, from what I'm hearing from my buddies, I've been away, but from what they told me is they had a really weird spawn this year. They had a quick warm up, and then it got really cold, and then it warmed up again, and then it got really cold again around the moon. So the fish are all jammed up. So what we got going on is they're done spawning. They spawn once up here, that's it. It's not like down in Florida where they'll spawn 2 or 3 times a year. So they spawn, and your big girls, the majority of them, probably I'd say like 95% of those big girls, after they're done spawning, they move out. They move way out. You're talking, your first breaks, your second break, sometimes even all the way out in the big humps in the middle. And we're fishing just straight up lakes and ponds up here. We're not fishing in poundments or rivers. So they're not grouped up. You'll get 2 or 3 in an area, maybe 4 or 5, but we're not talking like Tennessee River where you get into a big school of them. So what you do is you get on your Lowrance units or your Humminbirds or your Garmins, whatever you're using, and you get out there and you find some structure. And the best place to look is go to the prime spawning areas, and then look out from there. Look at your primaries, your secondary points from there. Start scanning out from there. Look for edges, drops, submerged trees, boulders, rocks, gravel bends, gravel humps, and then put your waypoints down and go back through and fish them up. One of my favorite things to do is when they're jammed up this time of year and they're acting a little screwy. If you can't get a reaction bite on something like a crankbait where you're ripping it in front of their face or deflecting off whatever structure you found them on, I like to throw like a mop jig or something really big. So I'll take like a Jigzilla, like a 1 ounce, and I'll throw a big Star Flash skirt on there, and I'll grab some Mega Daddies. It's a 5-inch crawl. We make a Gambler, and I'll throw that baby on the back of that jig, and you hit that rock, and a lot of times just that big action of that jig will trigger one. They're post-spawn, they're real screwy, they're eating funny, but if you drop something big in front of their faces, especially post-spawn, those jokers will grab it just about every time, and you'll put the right ones in the box. So those are a couple things to look for, this time of year up here in New England, fishing your patterns, and it's a real fun time of year. You're catching some really big fish that have moved out, and you're not targeting them on beds, and it's a lot of fun. Get out there and try it, pick up something big, get it in front of their face, fish it slow, see what happens. Uh-oh, that might be the one we're looking for, boys. Oh, it's a toad. A New England toad. Out here post-spawn up in Maine, catching giants. That one doesn't even look post-spawn. Boom! Shakalaka. Look at that thing. Just like we talked about. Grab that Mega Daddy, throw it on a jig, get on your outside stuff. That's the results right there. Look at that thing.